I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
All right, there we are. Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Coming through to talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. What's good? Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime joint. Salute. Appreciate y'all for coming through and hanging out with us. Salute to all my people on X. Salute to y'all. Salute to all my people on YouTube. Salute to y'all, man. Thunk in the building. Mike Hansen in the building. I already know. Don't y'all be coming in here acting crazy. Don't y'all be man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, man. Don't y'all be coming in here acting crazy, man. Salute to y'all, man. Salute. Man, it's good to see y'all, man. Good to be with y'all. Let's talk that talk the way that we like to have that talk to us, man. Right? Let's talk about these Knicks, man. So the Knicks are in Minnesota tonight playing against some people, some familiar faces. Right? Some familiar faces. Cat going home, or where he used to, what do you call when cats, when cats go back home? I don't know what you call it when cats, I don't know. Let's just say Karl Anthony Towns should get a tribute video tonight. How about we say that? So Cat going back home to get his tribute video. We're gonna see Randall and Dante. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're in the place. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Salute. Mike Hansen says, if you got some loot or a sticky juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. If you got some loot or a sticky juicy fruit, game of the year is almost here. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, man. I'm pumped up, bro. I'm excited about this game against Minnesota. Not that Minnesota's record is one that strikes you. However, how do we guard Ant-Man? Do you put Scotty, Alfonso Scott, do you put Mikal Bridges on Anthony Edwards, or do you put Bridges on Anthony Edwards? This is something that we have to consider. This is a part of our game plan up front. On paper, this should be a game that we blow out Minnesota. Right? On paper, this is a game that we blow out Minnesota because on paper, everything favors the Knicks. They don't have a point guard that Jalen Brunson has to worry about defending. We have three bodies on the wing that we can throw at Anthony Edwards. Right? If Julius Randle starts to get off, we can guard him with OG and Precious. Julius Randle, to me, is the X factor of it all. If Julius Randle gets off tonight, tomorrow night, it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Right? You know, because it's going to be some of the Randle fans. I am one. I have moved on, though, right? I understand sports. I love Julius Randle. I still love Julius Randle, right? He's not a Knick, so I got to root for my guys. I don't want him to fall down and get hurt, right? But I don't want him to do well against us, do well against everybody else, right? I don't want that man to slip on a banana peel, but I don't want him to do well against us. I like that guy a lot. Right? Yeah, I know that. But there'll be a lot of people with Julius Randle. If Randle gets off against us, Scotty says he think OG should guard Ant. Yeah, I see. The thing is, who guards Randle? I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, right? So if my guy guards Ant, who guards Randle? If my guy guards Ant, who guards Randle, I'm concerned about Mikal Bridges on Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is a big dude, man. Anthony Edwards has Bridges by like 15 pounds. Hey, 15 pounds ain't no joke, bro. B-baller for real in the building. That matchup concerns me. Right? Fritz Alcindor is in the building. Fritz, I have the trade of all trades for you. The calculator guys are not doing me any. What are calculator guys at, man? I have another trade. I have another trade that absolutely works for everybody involved. Mike, stop it, bro. Yo, Mike Hansen been waiting all day to start trouble. Y'all see that? Mike Hansen has been waiting all day to start trouble. You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, I see you. Dunk says Cat and Randall are about to go at it. We may not stop Ant-Man, but I know for sure Cat and Randall are gonna slug it out. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too, man. That's what I'm feeling too. Fritz Alcindor's in the building. Salute. Hey, did you do a show today?
No, I didn't. I was full of different other shows today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the internets were busy today with Knicks shows, bro.
Yeah, SNY. We had Lee on SNY.
Okay.
And then we had.
Shout out to Lee, man. Lee looked like he trying to do something, bro.
Yeah. He's doing big things.
Yeah, man. We probably need to ask him if he want to come over here and visit. I know. It's like the celebrities don't like coming over this way, man, because it get kind of intense over here. Yeah.
I definitely. Yeah, we definitely should have him on.
Yeah, man. To come over and just talk that talk, man. A little uninterrupted. I promise to try to keep Corey Lee off him. I try to keep Corey Lee off his back. Hold up. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty, right? Since I got you here. The trade is Jericho Sims straight up for Brandon Podziemski. And Knicks fans, before y'all overreact, like Golden State would never relax.
They would never
relax. Go in their chats and listen to their crowd talk about Brandon Podziemski right now. If you think we are down on Jericho Sims, if you think the fan base is down on Jumpman,
they're feeling like we felt about Quentin Grimes. You remember? Oh, we held up the trade for Quentin Grimes,
bro. I promise you, I've jumped in a few of their chats and I watched. And Uncle Alchemy is my guy. He's been on the show one time. I know him. He knows me from the guy that talks shit on the internet. And he came on the show, man, I think it was like 2 years ago, man. And we spent an hour together, man. It felt like that dude's good, bro. That dude,
he's real good. I tell you, I follow him. Like, he's like one of the few. Even though it's Golden State, I like Golden State, but I'll always watch the show.
Yeah, he's good, man. Yeah, he is good, right? But with that said, man, I've been mixing around, like, sneaking around in the bushes and all that stuff, and whatever. I don't like to tell everybody who I am all the time, right? Like, I don't like to let everybody know that I'm a Knicks content creator all the time, because the conversations will lose their essence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll turn into Cat suck. And I'm like, nah, bro, I just came in here to hang out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come in here to. Y'all ain't did nothing since Pat. Man, relax. I just came in here to hang out, man. So and so I get that a lot when I go in other teams' spaces, like the Pistons, the Magic, Sacramento is crazy, right? Sacramento is mad territorial, bro. Who is that new guy? What team you root for? Hey, man, you shaking me down at the shake you down at the door, bro. Sacramento Kings fans. What does NBA economy show mean? Who are you loyal to? But the Golden State Warriors are the fans, from what I've seen, my experience, they're very down on Podziemski. I mean, we didn't get. They're like, what was the big deal they were supposed to get? Walker Kessler. That was the big deal they were supposed to get, right?
No,
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 they
they were going after the big guy. They were going after
I mean, not Walker Kessler. I mean, Laurie Marketing. I'm sorry,
marketing. Yeah,
marketing. That's what that's what I meant. I had one name in my head and a different face in my. Yeah, but they were like, they're like, yo, we didn't get Laurie Marketing because of this guy.
Yeah,
it happens, bro. When you put young players in a trade after a good season, you never know which way it's going to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might turn out to be Brandon Ingram with the Lakers. Remember how Brandon Ingram with the Lakers, there was like he was an underperformer, and then you know his name floated around, and all of a sudden he started balling.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we thought Brandon Ingram was going to be a bust.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you know, that who's going, who's staying, who are they going to flip for? Anthony Davis. What numbers Anthony Davis going to wear, and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, Brandon Ingram turns into a player, right? And then it could go the other way. It could be Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. You float young players' names around too long, and then before you know it, the relationship has soured with the team. They can't figure it out. They can't understand that it's a business and all that stuff. And before you know it, they're in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mr. Vince is in the building. Salute. Salute to Mr. Vince. Salute. So how are you feeling? What do you think about a Podziemski for Jericho Sims trade?
Yeah, they never do it. They'll never do it.
Well, what are they looking for?
Looking for a star.
Right.
They're looking for using him and using picks and filler. They want to start somehow between him and Kuminga. Some combination has to net them a star.
I think you're wrong on that one, bro. And this is why, though. This is why.
But it doesn't have to be him. But they're looking at star trades.
But I understand what you're saying, and I agree to that part.
Yeah.
Right. But nobody's gonna you're not gonna attract a star with a guard that's shooting 39% from the floor, averaging 7 points a game.
No, they have to rehab his value.
Right. He's not even gonna be in a trade. Nobody's gonna give you anything of value for that.
No.
Right now, what they would do, though, in this case, right, what they would do is offer Moses Moody, who shows flashes of being consistent. Like I think they would put Moses Moody and Kuminga in a deal.
Yeah.
Right. Put those two in a deal and see if some combination of Kuminga and because they don't have what it takes to get a star. They don't even outside of think about this, their roster. And no disrespect to Golden State Warriors fans. And I'm not just saying this because the Knicks have the best starting five in the league. Maybe I am, but I'm not really. But maybe I am. No, maybe I am. But outside of Steph Curry, you don't want that. What's on that roster that you want?
Mm-hmm.
You want Buddy Hield, Andrew Wiggins. Which Andrew Wiggins are you getting? You want Draymond Green? Draymond ain't gonna play without Steph.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't have what it takes to go get a mega star to play with Steph. They just don't. They might have salary match, but they don't have. Their players don't have that je ne sais quoi outside of Steph.
They at this point, the only person you could probably call a stud is Kuminga. Maybe.
Maybe.
The other two are it's hopeful thinking. It's hopeful thinking.
Yeah,
It's
and
wishful
see,
thinking.
and you don't even know. You don't know what Kuminga is right now.
No, not enough minutes. You haven't let him go loose. Like they never let him run loose.
And that's the thing about a playoff team drafting in the lottery. You know how a playoff team will have that off year and they'll be in the lottery and you're like, oh man, all they have to do is bring them along slow and such and such and such. Nah, when cats are 19, 18, 19, they got to play, bro. If you don't play your 19-year-olds or if they're not active, they might bust.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Because you never know. Because on the 76ers, don't you also have one of theirs? Was it Taylor Horton Tucker was in that same situation with the Lakers? Like he was kind of in that. Oh, he's gonna be good, but he just needs to be let loose, and then you put him. He gets signed free agent. He ain't do nothing.
You know who else was in that same weird space?
Bobo.
Austin Reeves, and you never heard his name since. You remember Austin Reeves?
Yeah.
Oh no, we never put him in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're looking for a shooting guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just need a third star.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. One of the things that's why I felt like it was dangerous. No disrespect to Golden State, because they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I told Golden State fans 2 years ago. I told Golden State years ago, a couple of years ago, if I were them, I would trade Steph to Charlotte and get the whole kit and caboodle for Steph. I think I said it when Steph was 35. Whenever Steph turned 35, I was like, hey, man, this ain't going nowhere, bro. Do you hold on to Reggie Jackson too long, right? Do you hold on to Mookie Wilson too long, right? Do you hold on? Jets fans, do you hold on to Curtis Martin too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hold on to Curtis Martin too long, or do you get something for him, right? Mm-hmm. And I think what they did was they held on to Steph so long that it's hard to build around Steph at this advanced age, right? Can they catch lightning in the bottle?
Yeah,
I don't think so. But they've proven us wrong already. They've proven they won a championship 3 years ago.
Yep. But also, Steph hasn't deteriorated. Like the problem is they wanted to keep the group together,
right? And
if they let Draymond go early, they maybe Kuminga would have had the spot to show or show up or ship out. If you traded him early.
Right. You know who I think would be a perfect fit for them? Julius Randle.
Oh yeah, for years they've wanted him.
Yeah, I think Julius Randle's the perfect fit, man. Put Randle at the 4, give him some 5 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And let him be. Can you imagine teams not being able to double team Randle because Steph Curry's on the floor? Only thing about that is Minnesota would never take Andrew Wiggins back.
No.
So that's my trade, right? Jericho Sims for Brendan Podziemski. That's the one that the calculator, bro. I went to the shrine. I went to the calculator shrine. Chat. The calculator guys built a shrine up to the heavens of a gigantic calculator with the NBA logo on it, and so the calculator guys go but just pray to it 3 times a day. I'm messing around. I'm messing around, but
But do you honestly think they would take that
yes, yeah.
for someone? No.
I think that would be I think that's a finishing trade. I'm not. Bro, they just traded for Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
Clearly, they are
Going for
picking low hanging fruit, right?
No, Schroeder's averaging like 18 this year.
Okay.
And he has a few years left on his contract.
Right.
So yeah,
Wait. What position does he play again?
Point guard, and he's gonna start.
They're gonna start 2 point guards.
Yeah, they are. That's they said that's what they intend to. Steph's gonna move the shooting guard.
You know what that smells like, right? Desperation.
They try. They can't find that big swing, so they're gonna just upgrade positions.
Bro, it smells like desperation. But
it's a good trade for them because they basically gave up an injured, expiring player and a couple seconds, and they got a starting point guard.
See, but that's the thing, bro. Stuff like that don't. Let me just say it from the basketball sense. Stuff like that don't work, bro. You can't just institute that in season.
Yeah,
with no semblance of trying that before. It reeks of desperation, right? That'd be like if the Knicks trade for a point guard right now, saying they're gonna move Jalen Brunson to the 2 right now. You're like, what? The timing of that is terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You moves like that, you do that on draft day, go through a summer, a training camp, a preseason, and then you know what I'm saying? You don't just go grab a guy and then throw him in there and then throw stuff up against the wall and hope it stick. That reeks of desperation, bro.
Yeah. They're in championship or bust mode, so they can't take a year and figure out what's going to be next year. Like we need to compete this year, and we need to compete next year. So they can't take a flyer on a year. They can't.
Salute Anthony D in the building. Yep, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. If it were me, though, I'm going to Steph. Like, Steph, look, man, we done, it was good while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? There's no way we can rebuild it right now. We're just gonna tear it all the way down to the ground, and we don't want you here to see nothing. See this, right? Let us know where you want to go. Tell us where you want to go, and we'll make it happen, right? But we don't want you icing your knees, watching Steve Kerr be a lame duck coach, right? Because that's what Steve Kerr is. They have this year and next year together. After that, Steve Kerr contract runs out, and I think did Steph sign an extension? I think Steph may have signed. I think Steph has a year and a half left.
Yeah, he's at the point. He has a 3-year.
Okay. Whatever Steph has, Steve Kerr's contract matches it. Right? If it were me, Steph, where you want to go, bro? You want to go to Denver? You want to play with Jamal Murray?
Yeah. They have a new arena too, so
I get it. I get it. This is their 3rd year in that arena, bro.
Yeah.
This is their 3rd year in that arena.
Yeah.
And do you pack the arena with a 41-41 team? Or do you make the promise to the fans like, hey, listen, man, give us 2 years and we're gonna rebuild it.
Yeah.
Right. I'll give you an example. Steph, where you want to go? I want to go to the Knicks, right? The Knicks have zero resources that they can move freely, right? Zero resources that they can move freely. And I know they have resources like, oh man, they have a pick in such and such. Yeah, man, you know, if such and such happens, they can move it. Now I'm talking about if Golden State called them on the phone right now and be like, empty the bucket. The Knicks would be like, we emptied the bucket for Mikal Bridges. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Knicks would make something happen, bro.
They would.
Right? And so the point, IKBM Dre is in the building. Salute. Allah Wise is in the building. Salute. If I'm Golden State, and I know this is a Knicks channel, and I'm going to talk Knicks, right? But if I'm Golden State, bro, I'm like, hey, Draymond, where you want to go, bro? Where you want to go? Right? And Draymond be like, man, I don't want to play nowhere. I don't want to play anywhere without Steph. Okay. Y'all a package. I'm calling Atlanta. Hey, Atlanta. Hey, Steph say he want to play beside Trey. And in order for, and that's how I'm moving. If I'm Golden State. And I say that as a 50-something-year-old man that have seen NBA teams hold on to stars too long.
Yeah.
Right? I've been through the Pat Ewing years. I've been through the Melo years. Right? I've been through the Earl to Pearl Monroe years, even though I was a kid. Right? I already been through them years where star stays around too. I watched Larry Bird laying on his stomach on the floor, trying to keep his back loose.
I remember those days.
Right. Yeah, I've been through the Hakeem Olajuwon with the Rockets. Hakeem Olajuwon last few years with the Rockets, bro. That man should have been retired, bro. That man, you remember that man had the heart condition? Remember he had the pinhole in his heart, and they had to cut his minutes to that man was like playing like 27 minutes a night. People thought it was because he was old. It was because that man was done.
Oh, and again, he was on the Raptors.
Yeah, he signed. Yeah. Remember, he signed with the Raptors.
Yeah, he was on the Raptors for a little bit.
Yeah, he signed. Yeah. If I'm Golden State, bro, it's Steph, man. Listen, man, we about to tear this thing down. And no disrespect to you, but you already know we're gonna build you a humongous statue out front. We're gonna retire your number, right? We might name the floor after you. Welcome to Chase Center, Steph Curry Court, right? You know what I'm saying? You know the organization owes you everything, right? The Warriors fans, they don't talk about Run TMC no more. They don't talk about Rick Barry no more. They don't talk about the small forward they used to have that was they don't talk about Purvis Short no more. Right? Like if I ask y'all who Purvis Short is, none of y'all would even know that Purvis Short was a bucket getter in the 70s and 80s. They don't talk about them dudes no more, bro. You know what they talking about? Steph. So if I'm Golden State, I'm like, hey man, the best thing we can do for you is send you somewhere where you can win a championship. Where do you want to go? You want to go to Boston? Where you want to go? You want to go to Milwaukee? Wherever it is that you want to go, we'll send you there. Now, if we send you to a team that is not a contender and you just want to do your farewell tour, we are gonna gut them. Like if you want to go to Charlotte, I want all 15 dudes on your roster, and I want every draft pick from now to eternity for Steph Curry. And y'all got to do it, because if the rumor get out that Steph Curry want to come to Charlotte and y'all turn down the trade, all y'all getting fired. This is how it works. Sorry, not sorry. But anyways, Fritz. What I was getting at is Podziemski for Jumpman. I think that's too easy to do.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. At the least, I would see At the very least, we're talking McBride and a little. Yeah, I mean at least
For who?
Podzimski.
For
Yeah.
Kuminga?
Oh, Podzimski.
Bro, he's shooting 32% from three.
I know.
Man, no, I ain't overpaying for something.
Just based on where he was, just they couldn't take the embarrassment of they couldn't even take the embarrassment of doing something like that.
There's no way. If Leon Rose trade Deuce McBride for Brandon Podzimski, he need to get drug tested on the spot. They just need to pass him a hey man.
No, but I'm just saying
I know the coffee
they're
cup
not
just
gonna.
be in it.
I'm talking from Golden State's perspective.
They can ask, bro. They can ask. And when I was 20, this is 80. When I was 22, I asked Janet Jackson out on a date, bro. I was like, "Hey, Janet," and she turned around like she didn't hear me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's Miss Jackson. If you nasty." Right, bro. Ain't no harm in asking, bro. I mean, what? What? I mean, I tell that story all the time, bro. I legit asked Janet Jackson out on a date, bro, at the Budweiser Superfest, Dallas, Texas. Right? Miss Mocha told me I better not ever tell that story. You know what I'm saying? I better not ever tell that story again. But she's asleep now, so she can't hear me. Right? But what I'm saying is there's no harm in asking. But there's Deuce for Brandon Podzimski. Never. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, bro.
No, like I wouldn't like the Knicks have no reason to do that. But the Golden State has absolutely no reason. They need to get him in back to where he was and beyond where he was. But yeah, they just can't trade him, period, right now.
Yeah, man. The thing about it though is the thing about that is you got to rehab his value before the trade deadline, right?
Oh no, you got to use him next year, like rehab him this year, and then hopefully you can trade him next year.
See, that's the thing with Brandon Podzimski. Right now, he's playing about 25 minutes a game. He's shooting. That man is shooting 25% from three and 37% from the floor. There's no way somebody's gonna give that to you, bro. At all.
Yeah.
Nobody. Nah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to put him in a. Yeah, they gotta hold on to him. There's just no other way.
Right. Yeah. Right. Bro, I the reason why I do it is because Brandon Podzimski is a Tom Thibodeau type player. Combo guard, kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? Do multiple things on offense and defense. Not great at one specific thing, but he fits that Tom Thibodeau mold of sneaky athletic. Like what? Like like he'll do something athletic if you're not looking. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of pesky. Also. So he's a fit for us, right? But we ain't giving up Deuce.
Yeah, he's just not a guy we can get.
Yeah,
even at his lowest right now.
Yeah, we can get. I think we can get them Jericho Sims for him, bro.
I think a lot of people are inquiring about Jericho because he's cheap, but not because he's just some fabulous player. I don't think the Knicks are only using him in a limited role, and he's only $2 million to another team. What is that? A couple of seconds to them,
maybe. Yeah.
So I mean, that's his value. It's not he's it's not he's a wonderful player. It should be a pretty easy exchange.
Yeah.
From another team's perspective.
I don't know, dog. I would definitely try to do that Brandon Popozinski thing. Yeah.
I would run it by your friend first because I think he'd tell you. Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Uncle Alchemy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm a
he'd hang up the phone. He'd hang up the phone.
I'm gonna go on X right now and tag you in it. You watch. And I promise you, it's not gonna be how you think it's gonna go.
I mean, Knicks fans think it's the best thing in the world. Knicks fans think it's the best thing in the world.
I'm tagging him right now, and then I'm also tagging NBA economy. What? So you're not?
No, I'm my regular.
Right?
Yeah, Fritz Handles.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not like a guy I would target like this deadline.
I think he's absolutely the guy, bro.
I mean, there's certain teams like Charlotte. Definitely on Charlotte, there's a couple guys on Charlotte I would look at. Because Charlotte, they should be sellers at this point. They got a lot of injuries.
I'm listening. Okay. Because you're going to say my guy's name. You know, Charlotte has two guys that I really like.
Charlotte got a few guys that, like,
not one that I like. I'm talking about specific me that I like. Now, you might like a few others, but I only like two of them.
Okay, one would be interesting. The one that would be very interesting, if I can get Josh Green and I can get Nick Richards, I'd be all over it. If there's a way.
You love ham sandwiches, bro.
The thing about Josh Green is that he did play with Jalen in Dallas. And Josh Green he gives you a lot. He gives you he would give you that Dante vibe.
He would give you that Brandon Podziemski vibe. You like them guys. You like those shooters that average 7 points a game, right?
Yeah, basically. But he's never been a high volume. Like he's never shot 7 threes a game.
Right.
But his percentages have been good.
That's part of his that's part of the frustration with him, though. That's part of that was part of Dallas's frustration with him.
Yeah, and he has that. He gives you like a defensive edge. He would give you that defensive edge that they kind of miss.
How big is he? 6'8"?
No, 6'5".
Oh. I'm joking. I liked him out of Arizona, bro. I ain't gonna front.
Mm.
I liked him. I think it was him and Zeke Naji together at Arizona. You remember that? Remember the dude Zeke Naji? They were there. They were there the year after Big Man went #1 from Arizona.
On Portland.
Yeah. So what are you paying? What are you paying Charlotte for Josh Green and Nick Richards?
We're going Mitch.
Oh no! So Mitch is gone, basically, in your mind.
Yeah, to make the money work, you have to get rid of Mitch. Like a lot of these trades don't make sense without Mitch. Mitch is pretty much the only big tradable salary we have, unless you give him up like a core piece, like a core piece. So like Mitch.
What do you consider core? Do you consider?
So Josh, OG, Brunson.
You don't consider Mitch a core piece?
No. Hasn't been there when it counted in the last 2 years.
Why don't you consider Mitch a core piece? Because of the injuries?
I haven't been able to rely on him for 2 years. I think of him as a bonus. I don't think of him as I if he's there, good. If he's not there, that's standard. Out of sight, out of mind.
You want to do a big trade?
Oh yeah. If you knew what I felt, yeah, big trade. Like one thing about this year, I don't want the Knicks going into the playoffs, and we're a middle team. The minimum that would make me satisfied is Eastern Conference Finals. And if you have a team that don't look like it's going to make the Eastern Conference Finals, might as well set it for next year.
There's nothing you can get this summer either.
I know, but you could set up. You can. Okay. Maybe we try to go get a couple more picks, and then maybe next year we can get what we want.
Notice, I'm gonna just say this. I noticed that the calculator guys don't come around as much now that trade season is here. Fritz is standing 10 toes down for the calculator guys. Mm-hmm. I noticed now that the calculator guys don't have, like, there's nothing the calculator guys are like. The calculator guys are going to show up after the trade deadline and be like, man, see, I told you. It used to be like 7 or 8 calculator guys around at all times. I used to feel like I was getting jumped.
Mm-hmm.
But now that there is no move, the calculator guys are on the witness stand. And Fritz is the only one like, nah, man, I just trade Mitch. Mitch in every trade.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to jump out the window, Freezy. Because we know World Wide West is connected.
Right.
And he knows what's going on behind the scenes. And if he won it, I wouldn't be mad if the Knicks say, hey, this year is important, but it ain't that important.
Okay.
And say, hey, we're gonna get Zion in the door. And it might cost us Josh. It might cost us Mitch. It may cost us a lot of picks, like swaps and all that weird stuff. But I would go into the playoffs with a weird team to be able to assemble that team next year.
I would say that he'd be a year too late. Not because of Josh's development, but I think that trade would have been perfect with RJ and Cam Reddish here. Right.
But his value didn't go down enough.
I understand. Yeah. I understand. We had assets then because we just traded for Mikal Bridges 6 months ago.
Yeah.
The Knicks had assets to get him.
Yeah. I think Pelicans were so adamant not trading him where he wanted to go. that nothing would have done it.
I think the Duke boys would have been a thing, bro.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's coming.
Oh,
because his current injury, it don't look right. It don't look right. It don't sound right.
right.
So if we hear some random rumblings in January, I wouldn't put it past
The
anybody.
Knicks don't have what it takes to get Zion, bro.
I know.
That would have to be the wildest 4-team trade you ever saw. Leon Rose would have to include me, bro. Leon Rose would have to include. No lie, I'd be doing the Pacers at Night podcast.
It'll be.
They're like, damn, they traded Uncle Freezy too. Yeah, man.
It's be Fritz Alcinder's firstborn going henceforth.
Right. Every other child for the next 15 years. Yeah, man. That'd be the wildest 14 trade, bro. I'd be doing the Bulls at Night podcast, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, legit, they'd be trading. They'd have to move everybody in order to do that.
But I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, man.
Being in the middle is no. We just saw Milwaukee come with the mid-season term, whatever that was called.
Yeah, the Emirates Cup, bro. That's important, bro. Those dudes got $500,000 a piece.
I mean, right now, I would put the Knicks. If you look at the East, the Knicks maybe the fourth best team in the East. Maybe.
I think we the best team in the East, bro.
Now?
Yep.
I mean, when we started the year, everybody's second best in the East. Like,
I think the Knicks are the best team.
And people were putting us neck and neck with Boston. Like, at this point, we're not neck and neck with Boston. I would put us fourth.
Bro,
Milwaukee's hot. Milwaukee's like hot right now. And then Cleveland's hot.
Who has Milwaukee played that impressed you?
These last few weeks.
The OKC Thunder game impressed me. That's one game.
Okay. Yeah, but the last few weeks they've looked really, really good. Like they look like they're ready. Bar injury. Like if they can stay healthy.
Who on that schedule has anybody that can at least say, hey, I can defend Giannis a little bit? In their schedule, just in that schedule, who on that schedule is like, I can guard Giannis for 10 minutes?
Let me look at their schedule. Okay. So they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 out of 16?
Right. 14 out of 16. Yep. I'm with you. The only two teams, the only team that I see that has somebody that can probably stunt Giannis is Boston. And not even with Tatum, but just the way that they play defense. Right. Atlanta, I'm not sure how they lost to Atlanta, to be honest. I don't know how they lost to Atlanta at home. But who's guarding them? Who's guarding him on Miami or Chicago or Indiana or Houston or Brooklyn?
But a lot of these are
Orlando.
A lot of these are East teams, though.
I understand that. I understand. I'm with you. What I'm saying is, I think they got right. I think they're a 6 seed that got hot at the right time based on schedule. Right. If for instance, if we played Milwaukee tonight, do the Knicks have one or two guys that can guard Giannis?
No.
I think so. I think we have 1 or 2 guys that can guard Giannis, bro. I think we have 3 guys that can guard Giannis.
I mean,
And I'm talking about
we would try to put OG on him, but
right. And when I say guard him, I'm not saying shut him down. Everybody, I'm saying guard Giannis for 10 minutes or so throughout the game. I'm not saying hold Giannis to 3 for 52 from the field. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make Giannis work. Who on this team that can make Giannis work for those buckets that I watch Milwaukee games, bro. Giannis does the same thing all the time. Catch the ball on the move, get a dude on his hip, drive to the rim, go to the rim, shoot his free throws. Go to the line, shoot his free throws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Knicks need something, because I don't think we're second in the East anywhere.
That's interesting.
I don't think when we confident, we said it with our chest, we second in the East.
I think we're the best team in the Eastern Conference, bro. I'm borderline. After I saw OKC in the Emirates Cup, bro, I ain't scared of nobody, bro. I'm going to say it with my chest. OKC looked just like the Knicks did, right? It's just like the Knicks did when their shots are not going. When their shot, and the only Milwaukee didn't come in there strategically. Giannis didn't overwhelm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
OKC was missing shots. I was like, you know what? I've seen that movie before. The Knicks look like that 3 or 4 times this season already.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we looked against Boston. Like, it wasn't like we wasn't getting looks. Our shots just wasn't going. And then when they did start to go, we were already down 20. And nobody knew Boston was going to jack up 53s a game. In that first game of the season, you didn't know Boston was going to jack 53s a game.
No.
Nobody knew that. But now we know. Virtuoso's in the building. Salute. I was trying to shout out somebody. I saw some people in the chat I was trying to shout out. Where were they? Ty Bomby's in the building. Salute. East Blue Drew's in the building. E. Gibson, what's happening? Virtuoso, same thing, man. That game Tuesday, bro. I don't need to see nothing else, bro. I'm good. Teams that when your 3-pointer's not going, bro, this is what it's gonna look like. The Knicks have already looked like that 4 or 5 times this year. When the 3's not going, we look inept. But when that 3 does go, bro, we can beat anybody in the NBA, in my mind. And I don't mean being hot from 3. I'm talking about normal 3-point percentages is what I'm talking about. When the Knicks are shooting about 37% from 3, I don't think teams can beat us, man. And I'm talking about consistently throughout a game. I'm not talking about shoot 24% from 3 and then at the end of the game, you know what I'm saying, you hit like 5 or 6 threes to make it close. I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about consistently throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I don't know if the Knicks need to make a drastic move. I think the Knicks probably should add depth. Like, honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'll make a trade, man. I might just shop in the in the buyout market.
Mm-hmm.
So I might do.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many players will be there, but
there'll be some though,
and how many we can actually get.
Yeah, there'll be some guys. If Mitch comes back healthy, I think that solves some stuff. If once Precious gets healthy in shape, I think that'll solve some stuff.
I mean, 18 minutes of Mitch.
Yeah. If Tyler Kolek would stop playing baseball and work on his jump shot, I think he'll be valuable too. Did you know Tyler Kolek got drafted in the MLB draft?
Did he?
Chad, did y'all know that Tyler Kolek was the number 2 pick in the MLB draft? Did anybody know that? Fridge, you the calculator guy. How do you not know that?
No, I knew he was. You mean like second round pick? He was a second round pick?
No. The number 2 pick in the draft.
Uh-huh.
Tyler Kolek. Yeah, I'm messing with y'all, man. It ain't the same Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek was drafted number 2, but not this one.
Oh, different one.
Spell his name exactly the same. Tyler Kolek. Throwing 102 miles per hour out of Texas. It's not the same. It's not the same guy. It's just dudes with the same name. But yeah, Fritz, I don't think we need to make a major move. If we do a move, of course, I think we need to get a jumbo wing and a big guard. And what that does is it slides people back. It slides people back to normal positions. If you get a big guard, you can play Precious at the 5 with another big 4, or you can play Precious at the 4 with a center, right? You get a big guard, you can play that big guard, Cameron Payne, Deuce, Precious, and Mitch together, right? You get a jumbo wing. You can play that jumbo wing and Precious together, give Cat minutes for a little bit with Mitch, and then you won't have
how
to worry
big is a big guard?
Huh?
How big is a big guard? Like a 6'6"?
Yeah, I don't want a fat guard or a thick guard. I want a tall guard. Is probably what I should be saying. A tall athletic. I don't want a thought. Right? I don't want a thick guard. I don't want Taylor Horton Tucker. Right? I don't want nobody like that. He don't fit my profile. I'm thinking Lonzo Ball type. That's what I'm thinking. Like
if Lonzo wasn't 20 million.
No, I don't want Lonzo. I'm just saying that type of guard.
Mm-hmm.
Tall, defensive, pass first, unselfish, healthy.
Yeah, they're just not available.
Yeah, not currently in that role.
Yeah,
not currently in that role. But I think, what's the name of the guy? How do you feel about Kobe White?
I think Bulls are a little too high on him, but I think
Kobe White is a name that I'm interested in, and it's not because I feel like he's going to change the world. I think Kobe White is a guy, 6'5", super fast.
Yeah,
he's a starter.
I think he's one they want to keep for the future, though.
Yeah, I don't.
And he's like scoring like 18 points a game. Yeah, like he's a little. I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good, but yeah, they ain't gonna give him up.
He's shooting. He's averaging 18 points a game on how many shots?
Because
if he's jacking, if he's inefficient, then the 18 points per game part can be.
His efficiency isn't there.
Right. So the 18 points a game.
He's shooting 14.3 shots a game.
Yeah. With us, he'd never. He'd be an immediate starter too next to Brunson.
Yeah.
He'd be an immediate starter next to Brunson. You could give them.
You have to start with Mitch.
God, leave, French.
I mean, to make the money work.
Yo,
what
Mitch do to you, bro?
Mitch made a little bit too much. That's
Did Mitch Robinson knock you down in the snow?
Oh no, his truck cut me off probably.
Oh, in traffic, his truck cut you off in traffic, bro.
Yeah. Well, Kobe White makes $12 million a year.
Fritz, I'm telling you, bro. The Chicago thing is not as easy. I said this the other day, man, about a cat named Hayes that does the Chicago thing central. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him. Right? I've never spoken to him. Seemed like a nice guy. I never even reached out to him, to be honest. But they have what you call a conundrum. They have Montes Buzelis, right? Who they feel like is going to be a player. They have Patrick Williams, whose value is too low to trade.
Yep, too low.
Right. But he's not doing enough for you to keep him.
Nope.
Right. Then you have at guard, you have Josh Giddey, who's not physical enough to be a small forward. He has big guard size, and he does everything you want a playmaking guard to do.
Except shoot.
Yeah. Right. And then you couple that with Zach LaVine, who's an NBA starter, a very good player. And you have Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. And Ayo Dosunmu is a very, very good, underrated player. Right now, I think the buzz in Chicago is that Ayo may be better than Kobe White. I think that's the buzz. Now, that may not be true. That may not be true, but I think the buzz is that Ayo should be a starter.
He hasn't gotten that opportunity.
Right. And he'll be the thing is do you run out of backcourt of Josh Giddey and Ayo? No. Because your shooting will be terrible. Right? Your shooting will be terrible. Do you run out? I think there's a lineup. I think the Josh Giddey, Kobe White lineup is a no-go for them. They can't play it. For some reason, it's just ineffective. I think that's what they say. Right? I think that's the rumor, that a couple of the combinations, you just can't play it because they just don't play well together. Like, you don't know who the point guard is, and dudes, Kobe White wants the ball in his hand, and Josh Giddey is not a spot-up shooter. It's just some weird thing with that, right? Would you consider Kobe White as an option? Because I know what you're going to say, right? The Bulls would never, right?
No, I think Bulls, clearly everything's up for sale. I don't think the Knicks would want to pay the price. I just don't.
What's Kobe White's contract for the next few years?
$12 million. $12 million this year. Next year, 12.8.
So you get 2 years of Kobe White?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to let him walk out the door, right?
No, you just negotiate. Yeah, you just negotiate.
So, Chad, I understand where we are, right? Where we are is a lot of y'all, and I agree, right? My only thing is I think I have more faith in Precious and Jumpman than y'all do. I have more faith in Precious, Jumpman, and Airport than y'all do. Like I understand, like we need big bodies in the lineup. I just think we gotta give Precious a chance to get. It's not like I'm ignoring y'all or I'm ignoring the game. Nah, I see that. I see certain things, man. I see some of the same things y'all seeing. Like that weak side rim protection thing that I keep pointing out. That's a real thing. Teams pick at that. That thing is an open wound for us. People pick at that. All you got to do is get dribble penetration. Just penetrate. Just one guy loses focus just like that. And next thing you know, there's a layup at the rim. Then what can Cat do, man? You can't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it. I know we need the big bodies, but I just have faith in maybe I shouldn't have faith in Precious getting healthy and staying healthy. Maybe I shouldn't. I think Precious is the answer. I think if you bring back Mitch, if Mitch comes back healthy, and according to Instagram, man, I've been watching Mitch on Instagram on IG, he looks like he's getting there. Right? I've been watching Mitch. Mitch looks like he's getting there, right? If you keep Mitch and Precious, I don't think you need to go out and get another big, right? I don't think you need to go out and get a Nick Richards. Because if you get Nick Richards, what are you going to do with Mitch or Precious? I don't think you need a beef stew if Mitch is healthy, Precious is healthy for the rest of the season. I don't think you need that. I just think you need to get them guys healthy and keep them healthy. Tibbs, don't play Mitchell. Fritz, you already know what Tibbs want to do, right? He can't wait. He can't wait to get Mitch back so he can play Mitch 43 straight NBA minutes.
Oh no, he's doing good out there. Leave him in. Leave him in.
Mitch would be like, Coach, hey man, you ain't talking to me.
Gonna be out there looking like Taj.
Like he got assassinated, bro. Like he just yeah, man. Like the doggone fatigue sniper got him with a blow. That's what he looked like. Taj was grabbing his side like he was in labor, bro. Tibbs ain't care. Tibbs turned his back. Yeah, man, you got to play through it, bro. Yeah, so my thing is with that though, is understand to get Kobe White, you have to make some type of salary adjustment. Like you can't get Kobe White without Mitch. I think the Knicks will find a creative way to get Kobe White.
Yeah, you need Mitch. You can't. It's just the math just ain't don't work. You can get it with Precious, but you got to add 3 other salaries to it.
Right. Ironically, a guard tandem off the bench of Kobe White and Deuce McBride. Ooh-wee! I think that's it, bro. Championship.
A near 20-point player.
Yeah.
Yeah. For many years, you can get a 20-point player for almost nothing.
Yeah, that's
this year. This year, I don't see it as easy.
I think you have to be creative, boss.
Gotta be real creative.
Yeah,
because a lot of years you could have got Colin Sexton for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, the only other person I really looked at will probably be Jordan Clarkson. On the defensive end, you lose there, though.
The offensive end, you really don't get nothing either. All right, you just get a dude just throwing up shots.
No, offensive end, he brings the offense. He's extremely active.
Yeah.
So I mean, he brings playmaking and scoring.
Yeah, he's just what I thought, man. He's 41% from the floor, 31.5% from the 3-point line, 80% from the free. But the thing is, I understand where you're coming from, right? You can't just go to box scores with him because he is the epitome. This is the part that I think I'll fight you on a little bit. He's the epitome of what you call a streaky player. Like when it's going,
Yeah, he's hot. He's hot.
Yeah. But when it's off, you're like, dog, why don't you just stop shooting, bro? You just do something else. But he ain't gonna do nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's a little bit older than what I think you think he is.
No, I knew he was that old.
Yeah, he's about Alec Burks' age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. Jordan,
he's a bucket. He's a bucket, but
is that what you think the Knicks need though? Just a bucket? Just asking in general.
No, not necessarily. Someone who can take some of the playmaking duties away from Brunson if needed.
Okay.
So instead of having Brunson struggle to bring it up the court like he did hey Clarkson, you run. You run the point kind of. Just a little bit more versatility. When Brunson isn't on the floor, a second, someone who can keep it going.
How do you feel about Jaden Ivey?
Oh, I like him.
Oh, wait a minute. You love Jaden Ivey, right?
Yeah, I really, really like him.
I forgot Jaden Ivey was your guy.
I think he fits culturally, he fits as a player. But I think Detroit would probably want a little too much for him. If it was like giving value for him, I think the Knicks would probably give enough value, but I think Detroit wants a little bit more.
Hold that thought right there. Oh, my bad. Salute.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Hey, what's up, Drake?
What's good, Freeze? What's good, Freezy?
Yeah, yo, don't jump me tonight, bro. I am prepared to fight the calculator guys, bro. I'm prepared to tussle, bro. I got a sweatshirt on, bro.
Why am I a calculator guy?
Bro, come on, bro. You know you love the calculator, bro. We know.
I don't like you put in the box like that, Freezy.
Shoot the three, bro. We need to shoot 73s a game.
80. But I'm agreeing with a lot of what Frizz is saying. Like I mean, I agree with both of your takes. Where you said like, unfortunately, we're trying to rely on Mitch, and he's never been reliable. But if he does come back after the MLK Day or whatever miscellaneous holiday, after he does come back, I don't think the urge to fight for another big isn't really of a big priority. But then even to that point, how much of a priority is a big if when we go to the playoffs, Cat is going to be on the court for 40 minutes every game? He's damn near playing 40 minutes every game right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at that point, is Mitch deemed expendable, which is where Fritz is alluding to with his salary. And then if at that point, like to me, my most pressing need for this team right now is Brunson leads the league in like percentage of his team's possessions being in his hands. Like he's at like 49%. You need you need to divvy that up a little bit more, and that's on coaching and personnel. And I think we need another guy in here, like the guy you've been thinking about, like the archetype of player you've been thinking about is a big guard. I don't know if that's available. The closest thing I guess you could think of is, unfortunately, how tall is Jordan Clarkson? 6'4"?
Yeah.
6'4".
That's probably the closest. And but we have to take a step back and view Jordan Clarkson from a perspective of he's been kind of essential to teams that have won a lot of basketball games. Even for the Jazz, he's won 50 plus games as their lone six man to come in and take a bunch of shots. And he's had some orchestrating chops. He's had some playmaking duties that he's had to be responsible for, and he's had to close out games. And that fits in that same mold of the Kobe White that you've been hinting at too, Freezy. Like a big-ish guard or a taller guard that can
Yeah.
play make a bit with Brunson on the court or off the court with a second unit. Like we don't leverage the fact that Brunson is statistically the best catch and shoot player in the league right now. And he's been one of the best, or like 100 percentile since the last 3 years. And we
No,
don't leverage that.
I don't think maybe y'all don't. Like maybe y'all don't value that or leverage it in conversation.
In conversation, but
Yeah, I
the,
do.
the,
I do every show. Every show, I'm saying, hey, go get your Sean Livingston so Steph Curry can catch and shoot.
but where can we get a Sean Livingston at? They grow on trees. You
Yeah,
want Lonzo?
yeah. You remember? You remember Sean Livingston was on the scrap heap when Golden State got him, bro.
Yeah.
They turned him into that.
Well, he rehabbed himself on the Nets, if you recall. He rehabbed his value on the Nets first. He actually played some decent rotational minutes, but he was pushing like he was getting into his 30s by that point, and he was on like the mend of where is he gonna land? Is his career gonna end? But if
Right.
you recall, like he got back on his, I don't want to say the horse on his horse, but he got back on the good foot with the Nets, and then when the Warriors called, they were acquiring a team of length and athleticism around Curry, and a
Yep.
Yeah.
pivot away from a smaller guard that was with
Yeah.
him in
Well,
Monte Ellis.
yeah. Also, the issue is they he came in the league as this, you know, ultimate passer, Jason Kidd type, and I think everybody was looking for that player to
Who,
still.
Sean Livingston?
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, he came in. He came as a passer, and I think they were looking for that, but he had to change into a scorer.
Nah,
He didn't have
nah,
that jumper, that automatic mid range jumper, but he
And he
worked.
didn't
That
have
was,
it.
but we talking about him being a decade in. It's at that point.
he wasn't that guy, bro.
Yeah.
That dude out of high school was John Morant at 6'7". He was, bro. Bro, legit as a Duke Blue Devils fan, bro. You know, there's no better player that you can get outside of a 6'7" Duke Blue Devil, right? He never went to Duke. He changed his mind, went straight into the draft out of high school,
Mhm.
right? But this dude, they were like this, bro. Look at Sean Livingston's numbers, bro. He never averaged. I don't think that man averaged 5 assists a game for his life.
Yeah, I think everybody just looked at the assists and was like, oh, he's gonna be Jason Kidd. He's gonna be Penny Hardaway. We're gonna turn him into Penny. We're gonna turn him into Penny.
That dude was gonna be John Morant before John Morant, bro. That dude was probably that dude was a blur that had like a 44-inch vertical, and he played with reckless abandon. That's why when we look at what he was at 17 and what he was at 32, and you're like, this can't even be the same human being.
Yeah, they look totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because that dude was gonna be. Dre, I don't know if you remember this or not. I don't know if y'all, Frizz, I don't know if you remember watching him as a 19-year-old, but that dude was, so what was his rookie? So 2004. I don't know where y'all was in 2004, bro. But this dude was like, I saw him run by Kobe Bryant one time. And listen, rest in peace, Kobe, right? Kobe Bryant was about an average to above average athlete. Kobe got every ounce of his greatness out of pure will and determination. All right. Like everything Kobe got out of him. Kobe Bryant is the one player that I could say got every ounce of his potential out of himself through hard work. Right. I saw Sean Livingston pass by that dude, and it looked like two different sets of athletes, bro. Like, and I'm talking about 2004. Kobe was what?
In his prime, he
Like,
was
yeah.
26. I want to say 26 or 25 in 2004.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. Y'all remember Trevor Ariza?
Yeah.
Man, I saw that dude outrun Trevor Ariza to a loose ball, bro. You remember the old Clippers baggy uniform, red uniform Clippers? Y'all remember them? And everybody on the Clippers used to wear headbands. Remember them?
Mm-hmm. I had a jersey. I had a Lamar Odom jersey.
You was right. You was what were you pumping? What were you playing? The Diplomats? You was listening to
No, I like Lamar Odom. I like Lamar Odom. I like unique players. So like I had a Lamar Odom
Shout out
jersey.
to Queens.
Yeah, shout out to Queens, right? Yo, that dude, I saw him outrun Trevor Ariza to a loose ball, and I was like, wait a minute. And he dunked on the other end, like he took off. Like you remember back in the day, like on the fast break, it wasn't like the power dunk. Remember, it was about how fancy you looked in the air. That was the era. Like, what can you do on the break when you in the air? And when you're in the air, that man cocked it back, bro, and was gliding by the rim and threw it down and hung a little bit and rocked back out and ran up the floor. And people was like, "That's the future." He just outran Kobe and Trevor Ariza, and they had another dude, a big muscle bound dude, looked like he was a sitcom actor. Remember, you remember Kobe Bryant backed up the dude that looked like a sitcom actor?
Oh yeah,
a Devin something.
Devin George
Looked like he should have been on Half and Half. Looked like he should have been on Moesha.
Looked like he could have been an older brother of a smart guy.
Yeah, he like the random bully in the hallway, but he looked too good to be a bully. Yeah, him, right? I saw what's the name run by him. I was like, yo, he the future. He the future. He should have been at Duke with Luol Deng and JJ Redick. That was supposed to be Duke's recruiting class. JJ Redick, not recruiting class. The final year at Duke, it should have been JJ Redick, Luol Deng, and Sheldon Williams, if y'all remember. Sheldon Williams. He used to be
a face only a mother can love.
Bro,
that's what you call it. It's baby daddy. Yeah, what you call it?
Candace Parker.
Candace Parker is baby.
He's so ugly he made her switch teams.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that dude, bro. You talking about? And if you remember when he couldn't shoot. So dudes would back up and give him like 8 feet of room and he wouldn't shoot it. Right? He looked like the people were like giving him the Gary Payton treatment. Remember, they back up, give Gary Payton 13 feet and Gary Payton still wouldn't shoot it. And when he shot it, they would laugh.
They gave Jason Kidd that treatment.
Yeah. And then when they would shoot it, they'll laugh. Like, ah, ha, ha, you can't shoot. Breaking dude confidence, whatever. But then he blew out his knee. I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but he came down and he blew out his entire leg underneath the rim.
Every ligament
about?
in there was gone.
Huh?
Every ligament. Oh, my bad.
Sean Livingston.
Oh no, yeah, he did it around when I did it. Like when I looked at when he did his injury, I did mine.
Damn,
at the same time,
Fritz a $6 million man.
Yeah, I inverted my leg at work.
Oh.
Backwards.
Dang, Fritz.
They turned that man to a flamingo.
Dang, Fritz, at work.
Yeah, by myself. And
I know they still paying Fritz, bro. Fritz still getting
man, I was
Drake
by
Fritz still
myself
getting.
too.
Huh?
I was by myself.
What?
Oh, so you was just home.
They ain't had no cameras?
Man, I had to put it back in place and walk a mile to my car.
What?
Yeah.
I'd have laid on that floor and cried like a baby. Help
Hey man,
me.
was this before cell phones? Cause bruh, I would have called the police and just laid there.
And laid there,
Nah,
bro, in
yeah.
pain, bro.
I
But
was in. Yeah, it's weird. I had a interesting job where nobody would have found me until the morning. So, yeah.
oh. And then plus the 1805 rules mean we operate a little bit differently. Shout out to all my Haitians and Nigerians everywhere. If you would have laid on the floor, all your family, get up. What are you sleeping on the job? I told my mother I was picking up another job. I was like, yeah, on Saturdays, I'm going to just do some property and casualty for State Farm. And she was like, what about Sunday?
Freezy. I was looking at a old scouting report for Sean Livingston before he got drafted.
Right.
And it said comparative upside, Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, yeah.
Bro.
Role projection, comparative downside was Jalen Rose. At worst, he would be Jalen Rose.
At worst, bro. I'm telling I don't know about the Magic Johnson thing, bro. I promise you.
I think that was more because he couldn't shoot at the time.
He could pass. He
could pass, but he couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
But like when you're talking about like passing, even the all-time great passers, even at the lowest levels, they were like the all-time greats usually were at an advantage where they didn't even have to pass as much as they could, because at that point you were that dominant. Like I don't think LeBron averaged a ton of assists in college. Oh, I mean high school, that is.
Right.
But once you level up in competition, you know it becomes more of a 5-on-5 game as you keep going up in competition.
Right.
But like guys like at that level, it for him, the way you described him, it was child's play for him at that point with his athleticism at the lower levels. There was just nothing you could do to keep him in front. You would give him the space and he would just eat the space up and go to the rim anyway.
And this is I'll prove to you how what the sense was. If he was a pure point guard like that, like what y'all mentioned, Magic Johnson, the University of North Carolina would have recruited the hell out of him, right? But since he was a 6'7" athlete, you knew he was going to Duke, bro. A 6'7" athlete, you know he going to Duke, bro. Duke is known for that, right? Could he have been?
Was Penny Hardaway considered a pure? He wasn't a. Penny wasn't considered a pure point guard, though, was he? He was just viewed as playmaker.
Yeah, he was a playmaker. That's what I would say. He was a point guard that was a playmaker. Yeah. But was he Scott Skiles? Remember, Scott Skiles would come off the bench and be their distributor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. When Scott Skiles left and went to the Wizards, Bullets, whatever you want to call them, they had another point guard, number 22, called Brooks Thompson, who did the same thing so that Penny could be the playmaker.
Scott Skiles ran the structure. Penny was the structure.
Yeah. Penny, like Scott Skiles ran the plays. Penny Hardaway created plays, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's same with Sean Livingston. Like those bro. All they had to do was keep it together, bro. Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson, Oliver Candy, Keon Doolin, Lamar Odom.
They had Elton Brand.
They traded him for yeah, they did have Elton Brand. The Bulls had Elton Brand and then traded him for him. Yeah, that's
in
right.
like 04, I believe, somewhere in there.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, I guess the point that I'm getting at though is, if we get a guard like that can invert the floor, then some of those gimmick defenses that you see, they won't be able to employ those gimmick defenses, because if you take your Andre Iguodala and put him on your Chris Paul, then now your Sean Livingston can back down your Tony Parker, basically.
The unfortunate part about this is Mikal has the capability to do some of these things. When he was on Brooklyn, all he did was run a ton of pick and roll and post up little guards.
Yeah, he ain't that guy, bro.
He's by no means a comfortable guy where you trust him running or orchestrating an offense.
Yeah,
But in the game where you need to reset the offense, you can get a look from your second creator, your third guy. I don't know why we don't utilize him more in that way. He actually became pretty solid. He was a pretty solid playmaker out the pick and roll when he was on the Nets. Was he elite? No. Was he solid? Yes. And solid is good enough when you're on the court with Cat spacing and Brunson spacing. You don't need to be elite when you got those two guys on the court.
yeah.
And I don't think we leverage that enough, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
I don't think we do, because that man's comfort level with it. It's like when we come on and do the show. Like, some people are moderators and some people are contributors, right? The contributors be like the Kobe's, the high volume shooters come in, they want to state their points and all of that stuff, and that's cool because every show need that. You need a point guard and a shooting guard, right? But when you move Mikal Bridges from shooting guard to point guard, it ain't necessarily the same. Like, if you ask, like, somebody, like, when you ask, say, the contributors that come on, like, hey man, come on and host the show so that Uncle Freezy can get some shots up, it'll be like, nah man, I'm good, man, just keep doing what we've been doing. I think that's what Mikal Bridges is like.
He
He's
doesn't
got
want to
the
grab.
ability.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't want to stir the drink. He just wants to hold it.
Yeah,
So
look,
someone
everybody,
else
I'm
comes to
hosting the
drink.
drink. Yeah.
But I think, in order to be absolutely honest, him being comfortable enough to stir the drink is probably what's going to be needed to take us over the top to be a championship contender.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like he's inching there. He's being a little bit more comfortable. Like in December, he's playing like extremely well off the ball. Like I think he's averaging like 20 on great splits. I think, but in order for us to take that next leap, you need multiple guys, especially in the guards or that play guard, or that can initiate, take the reins, can imprint and put their fingerprints on the game at points during the game. We're not asking Mikal to run 20 pick and rolls in a night, but 3 or 4 of them in timely possessions where you giving Brunson a breather off the ball.
Right.
That's basically what you need. Matter of fact, Freezy, I'll be so real with you. If we do it twice a quarter, that's all you kind of need for Brunson, just to shake things up here and there. Because we already know he has the ability to get 40 when everybody and their mama know he's gonna take the shot. So you have to maintain Brunson. You have to kind of, I don't want to say low manage, but it's kind of like low managing while he's on the court. You can't just push the Jalen Brunson button at every single chance you get.
Right.
Because after a certain point, the Jalen Brunson button alone can get you maybe to a conference finals. I don't think that alone is going to win you a championship.
I would love. I feel you. I feel you. What I'd like to see is basically what you're saying, but I'd like to see it with Jalen Brunson and Cat on the floor with him. Right? Can he pull Cat up top and take the screen? And see, because the
I
pick and
think he
roll,
can do it. That's the
see,
thing.
but the thing about pick and roll offense is it's not as simple as getting the ball, calling for a screen, and running around the screen.
It's about making the right read, having to
Right.
anticipate. Matter of fact,
It's
the,
about
the
it's about the fundamental of it,
yeah,
right?
the number one thing,
Hold
Freezy.
on, let me just. I got you.
Yeah, my fault. My fault.
It's about the fundamental of it. Damian Dotson was good at it because he understood it, but he didn't like doing it. It's the reason why he was a great combo guard at Houston, but not a great combo guard with the Knicks, right? Damian Dotson used to call for Mitch and point on the floor where Mitch should go, right? While he handling the ball, right? What centers do now, and I don't know if y'all watch this or not, but when they call for the screen, the center, the big just come up there and be shuffling their feet trying to figure out how to set the screen. That's not how you run pick and roll basketball, right? How you run pick and roll basketball is the guard is up top, dribbling, waiting for his man to get out of the wash and come up and set up the screen 7 to 12 feet away from you, right? And stay there. None of that shuffling your feet shit, none of that trying to put on the perfect screen, none of that, right? And then you, as the guard, you take off in front of that man. And then when you get to him, you go around him to rub the defender off, right? Like you ever saw a bear scratch his back? You know how bears go up to a tree and
Yeah,
scratch
on
his back?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing. A coach taught me that a long time ago. He's like, bro, it's like a bear scratching his back, bro. You got to rub that man into that screen, right? So that man is stunned. He's stuck there on a. How you run a perfect screen is when a man dies on the screen. That's how you know the screen was perfect, right? So you do that. And when you do it, you got to bend your body. You have to get low to get your shoulder around the screen, right? That's the way you're supposed to do it. That way you can guarantee on the other side of that screen, it's you versus the big. And when the big sees you, he's supposed to fear you because he know that he has been coming up going the wrong way and you are going in the right direction with a head of steam, right? But we don't run the screen. Mikal Bridges doesn't have that mindset. He's being taught on the fly, like, hey, big wing player, we're going to teach you how to run the screen and roll in the NBA, right? Just call the screen up here, man. Just hurry up to get in the screen. And then what happens is you get an ineffective screen. The defender is still in the play. The man that is in the drop or whatever coverage they're playing is still able to guard two people at one time. And it totally defeats the purpose, right? If you run the screen and roll right, by the end of the game, the guard is supposed to be worn out, right? It's like the linebackers on defense. If you run the football enough, the linebackers are supposed to be tired from tackling and getting hit, that your running game is supposed to be more and more effective. That's what the screen and roll is supposed to be for. Our guards don't do that, right? Jalen Brunson is not a big rangy guard that can get around the screen quick enough and all that. Now, is he crafty? Absolutely, right? But when you're talking about Mikal Bridges gets screens all the time, right? Mikal Bridges gets screens all the time, but the guy's feet are not set. The screen is not effective. The defender is not in jeopardy. The guy guarding the ball, the defender guarding the ball is not rubbed off the screen. And so basically all you get is a switch, right? And so for some NBA players, that's all they really want. They just want that guy off of them so they can get a switch, right? But the fundamental part of it is if you run the pick and roll right, a third defender is supposed to come up and defend you because that defender that's behind you is out of the play and you're headed to the rim with momentum. And so the defense sees that and they're supposed to rotate. But guys like Mikal Bridges and other big guards and wings, they don't do that because they have not done that at a primary level. So it's not ingrained in their mind. They don't understand these concepts. Like they probably heard it before. They probably like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, I got it. No, I know. But you don't ever, Fritz, when is the last time you saw, think about it. When's the last time you saw a guard point on the floor where he wanted his big man to go?
It's been a while. You
hadn't seen it since Damian Dotson, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Freezy, you hit the nail right on the head. Like execution is the issue more than anything,
right?
And it's the fundamentals. Like when Mikal gets a screen, there's not a lot of intentionality to it. There's no force. It's like they're like haphazardly going into the action. And one thing I will give credit to RJ. Everybody in the building knew he was going to take that screen with intentionality to go right to the cup.
Right.
Be damned. That's why we call that pistol action so many damn times.
Right.
Because he knew how to get around that screen. He knew how to pin his man into the screen and how to rub him and go straight downhill.
Right.
And a lot of times with Mikal, like he doesn't have the aggressiveness or the intentionality. And some teams will switch.
Right.
And if the guy that switches is like a 6'3" guard, he'll go attack and go for his mid range shot. But if it's a guy that's 6'5", 6'6", or even taller, it takes the bite out for him.
You,
He just has bark, no bite in
right.
that
And
pick and roll.
you know what else straight to that? Just real quick, not to cut you off, right?
Yeah,
But if you notice, if you do the screen and roll like how I described it, how we were taught, right? This is the reason why. This is the reason why I say to people like, you don't just run these actions; they have to have intent, right? The reason why we don't get lobs is because we don't kill people on screens, right? You don't see, how often do you see a screen be set and a guard just get physically hit and it's just like, oh, and then the big man has enough time to run down to catch a lob. We don't get that because we don't do it fundamentally correct. We do the pitch, we do the pick and roll just to get a switch. And then we get the switch and then we shoot a contested three over it. Right? And so the reason why you run the pick and roll is so that you can get, so you can be physical with the opposing guards, right? So that you can get the center in jeopardy and to get the defense to rotate.
yeah.
And when you don't get any of those three, all you get is a switch. And then when have you ever seen the Knicks rotate the ball back around the floor to get Karl Anthony Towns in the post on Trae Young?
Never.
Never. You see Jalen Brunson take the three over a taller man.
Hey, that's what just so I was like Brunson for better or worse. Brunson is an elite isolation player. He's an elite pick and roll player,
Right.
but he has the ball 48% of the time when he's on the court, and that has to trend down a little bit. It has to be a little bit more team and ball movement, like ball movement and man movement at the
Right.
same time, because sometimes Brunson is so great we over rely on it. And
Right.
McCall over relies on it too. And he needs to be a little bit more assertive. And
Right.
we need to set these screens a lot better. The one thing I will say, Cat set screens a lot better against Orlando.
Yeah.
It may not have resulted in a ton more points, but he definitely set better screens that particular game.
But you know,
It's-
it set the physical tone though. Like
yeah,
Orlando was out there like, hey man, they being too physical. Hey, bro, that's what screens are for.
yeah.
That's what see the name of the people forget the name of the play, right? They call it the pick and roll or the screen and roll, depending on how you view it, right? The screen and roll is for you to put the woodshed on guards so that pesky guards won't have legs to shoot in the fourth quarter. You wear the opposing guards down. That's what you're supposed to do, right? We don't do that. I think and I'm about to throw somebody under the bus, and people are gonna be like, "Yo, why you hate this certain player?" But it's Mitchell Robinson's fault. I have never seen Mitchell Robinson set a quality screen in my life, and that's my guy. And I think he's being taught that, like show on the screen, but don't
Slip
screen.
early.
Yeah, show and slip, right? But you
As
can't.
Freezy, as long as Mitch has been here, I don't think he's ever set like a screen that knocks somebody down.
Right, right.
I done seen Cat do that about 3 or 4 times already this year. And he's probably not setting screens to the best of his ability. That's just what he does right now.
Right.
I think and that's the real difference between like the Orlando game and the Atlanta Hawk game. Cat was getting, because in my mind, pick and roll defense wise, Jalen Suggs is just as good as Dyson Daniels as far as maneuvering around screens.
Okay.
And Cat didn't set good enough screens against Atlanta. Nor did Brunson set the screen up correctly against Atlanta, personally.
Right.
And we took heed from that, and we basically ran Jalen Suggs into the ground, which is why he shot like crap all game.
Right.
Because he had no legs, as you said before. And we screened him off extremely well. And Cat as well. Like he was flipping his screens as well multiple times, still setting good screens.
Right.
And I don't know if you rewatched the game, but we were setting staggered screens to run him around, run
Right.
him off. We ran a Spain pick and roll too, like
Yeah.
a few times. So I think we knew If we're gonna rely
I
on
think we
Brunson,
showed the. I think we because when you pointed it out to me, I didn't notice it, but I think we just show the window dressing for that.
yeah,
That's what I thought too.
yeah.
That's what I think we just put a look out there, something to get. But I don't think they were trying to get no baseline cuts out of that,
No, no,
right?
no, 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 no. I think they were solely running that stuff to get what's his name off of Jalen Suggs.
Okay,
I don't think they were designed. I don't think they were running those stagger screens to get a backdoor cut or a backdoor lob
right.
or a corner three. I think they were solely like, "Yo, we gonna get Jalen Suggs off of you, Brunson. Figure it out after that." Where you may not like the end result, but I do like the intentionality of the first
At
part
least it
of
was
that
at least it
decision.
was something different.
Yeah, I don't like the whole Jalen Brunson figure it out part. But if you're gonna lean into that, you better at least screen the hell out of these defenders to allow Brunson to even get to the point where his playmaking is handicapping the defense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so Fritz, that's why I'm saying like I don't think player personnel is always the fix. I think execution is the fix for a lot of stuff. Right. I don't think just saying such and such needs to shoot better is the answer or such and such needs to block more shots. Right. I think it's a what I'm thinking is more focus during possessions leads to um, less mental lapses and penetration of the defense, which like late in the Atlanta game, bro. When we gave up them 3 lobs late in the game, I was like, Fitz must be over there having a baby hippopotamus, bro.
Mm.
We get dudes was just tired, and Fitz was like, hey, Tibbs was like, you. Hey, bro, these dudes tired, bro. I mean, what? I mean, they don't normally give up lobs at the rim. Atlanta is out there showboating now. Let Atlanta do their thing, bro. You know
I
what I'm
was
saying? The game,
soft.
yeah, the game. It's 30 seconds left to go in the game. We down by 11. They throw a lob. So what?
The only thing
You gonna be mad?
Freezy, I was gonna say the only thing that made me mad about it is like Hartenstein talking about, oh, I wouldn't have allowed that. I'm just like, brother, I saw you in the playoffs get hit in the nuts and
Right.
ain't do nothing.
It ain't do nothing. Right.
I saw your front court mate, Mitchell Robinson, get taken out the game, and you ain't do nothing.
And ain't nobody nothing.
Nobody
They
did
saw
nothing.
they saw Julius Randle get elbowed in the eye socket underneath the rim in Miami, and nobody did a thing. And yes, Hartenstein was there. Right. So what are we talking about? Yeah, I remember the first quarter of game 6 against Miami. Randall out there and he got elbowed in the eye socket, collapsed in the corner, and no other Nick even went to him to help him up.
I think Hartenstein did some window dressing at the time where he did the fake tough guy walk over, but
Yeah.
ain't no furniture moving.
Yeah. He did the security guard. Hey, what's going on over here? Mall cop. What you got in that bag?
Yeah, he did the Paul Blart, man. That's what he did.
Yeah.
It's like I understand it. Ain't nobody really trying to get kicked out or jeopardize their money. But you not a tough guy either. I'm sorry. You're not. You're not a tough guy either.
Yeah. And so the thing is, man, I do feel like if the Knicks do something, these are the moves I feel like they should do. If they do nothing and just bring everybody back healthy and then get some players off the buyout market, then I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they wind up with Shake Milton or Alec Burks or something, then I'm okay with it, right? I'm not. I wish they would do something. If they don't do anything, I'd be like, okay, man, whatever. I ain't worried about it.
From a talent proposition, I mean, if we're healthy, I think we match up with anyone versatility wise. I just hope the coach can utilize whatever versatility we do have.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm necessarily longing for like one more wing, preferably a wing that can pass and shoot.
Yeah.
If-
How you feel about Josh Christopher?
I think he's in Miami's G League, I believe.
Yeah.
I like his game a lot. You know, you know what I was about to say? How you feel about Cam Whitmore? Because he's going to get traded. And whenever Houston decides to make a big trade and consolidate, he's going to be in that.
Yeah, when they finally decide.
Yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to have to do it at some point.
That man about to start averaging 20 points a game in Miami, bro.
Oh, my God, man.
Cam Whitmore gonna be the breakout star, most NBA most improved player in Miami, bro.
Wait, Houston trades for Jimmy and they throw Cam Whitmore on that deal?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. He going to come destroy us at the Garden every chance he get.
Yeah. Destroy all humans, bro. That's what I think that man gonna do, bro. I like Cam Whitmore.
He got that perfect mentality for the Heat, too.
Right. And when we first met, that was our guy. Remember we talked about Cam Whitmore? And we were talking
For
about the
hours.
Twins and then Cam Whitmore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
He would be a nice.
Because there's a lot of good wings on that team.
Yeah. My bad, Fritz.
No, I'm just saying he would be a nice. Yeah, if they would give him up.
So Fritz, here's the thing I want to ask you. Josh Christopher, Cam Whitmore, are these guys coachable, bro?
Have they had a bad experience?
No. Are they coachable? That's what I'm saying.
Until you have like a bad experience, I don't think anybody's gonna call you uncoachable.
No, I don't.
No, but he hasn't.
I didn't. No, I'm not saying. Does he have a bad attitude?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, have you seen him take step-by-step development in his process? Is he getting incrementally better? Do you see that?
No, I think he's been ready since he stepped in the NBA. I think he's being patient.
Oh, you talking about Cam Whitmore?
Cam Whitmore, yeah.
He's been the opposite of. He's been upset that he hasn't been playing, and
Yeah.
they keep sending him to the G League. It's because they're just loaded up on so many damn wings. They got Dylan, they got the number 1, well, number 2 overall. Well, no, he's number 3, wasn't he? After Chet, Jabari.
He was 20th pick.
Yeah, I'm saying they got all the wings. They got Dylan, they got Jabari, they got Eason.
Yeah,
he's way down.
They got Osora,
Jason Tate.
They're trying to trade Jason Tate, but yeah, they have him too. He's on the bench. Ryan DePine not playing either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just, they're loaded up on 3/4s, and if they do decide to make that Jimmy move, like 2 or 3 of them dudes might go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are loaded. They are loaded at forward.
The Knicks would never. A 6'7" athlete, bro. Man, Tibbs will play mind games with that dude, bro. Tibbs have Cam Whitmore. Oh, you're a 6'7" athlete named Cam. I have a blueprint.
You know, he does remind me of like Miles Bridges a lot.
Yeah. But he's a better shooter.
Yeah.
And better ball handler, I think, too.
Yeah, but
the
like, same type of like stocky built, explosive.
Yeah.
Taller than what you actually think he is, because his build is stout, but he's actually 6'6".
Yeah. Oh, he's 6'6". Tibbs might like him, bro.
Yeah.
What did he say? He's like 6'6", like 225, 230.
Yeah, Cam Whitmore is about 6'6".
Yeah.
Tibbs, they list him 6'7", but yeah, he's probably around there.
What would you give up for Cam Whitmore?
Quite a bit.
Hey man, they can have all them second rounders. I don't care.
Yeah, a bunch of second rounders.
What's his salary? His salary is like what, $3 million?
He's a rookie salary, so probably somewhere around 2-3 million.
Yeah, a little over 3.
He's not in the lottery, so
yeah, a little over 3. Yeah,
I can hear Fritz now. Like, I give him Deuce. Fritz,
hey man, if you compare his ceilings,
Yeah.
That boy Cam Whitmore can win you games with just strictly offense.
Mm.
Yeah.
If the Knicks went in and they would you be mad if they was like, give us Kolick and give us
Huck Party. Kolick and Huck Party for Cam Whitmore done. In my mind. Now, I'm not saying speaking for the crowd. I'm just speaking for me.
I wouldn't even blink. Then I'll try to extend that boy as soon as possible before he start playing and start making himself some real money.
Right.
so Kolick. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Kolick, Sims in 2 seconds.
I give him Kolick and
Why would they need Sims?
the money
to make the money match.
Yeah, Sims and
I'd give them Kolick and Matt Ryan.
Yeah, can't do it to February, but yeah, you can do that in February.
I'd give them Kolick, Landry Shamet, Matt Ryan, Jacob Toppin. I give them the whole G League roster. Y'all can have Chumo.
Except Pacom.
No, I'm not. See, because I have because in my mind, I don't think y'all notice like the blueprint, bro. Like my blueprint for a NBA champion is you have to have a tall guard and you have to have 4 elite wing players, whether shooting guards, small forwards, small power forwards, whatever. You have to have 4 of them in a rotation. In my mind, like
guys
you have
that
to
can
have
rotate, close out, get back in the paint.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, in order to make it through a season, you have to have 4 wing players, bro. You have to have it because you're not going to be able. Your star is not going to make it to the playoffs if you don't have 4 wing players. Like, say for instance, if either Cat or Jalen Brunson, whoever you consider the best player, I don't care. Say it's Jalen Brunson, right? I think you need a big guard, right? To take the pressure off him throughout the season so he'll be fresh, right? Because stars do this, right? Stars have big games in January. And y'all know why they have big games in January and the beginning of February. Y'all know why that is, right? Everybody, it's not a secret. It's not an industry secret. Dudes want to make the All-Star team, right? It's just what it is. Right. So, you're going to get their very best in those moments. After the All-Star break, you see dude come into February, March, you see dudes like, hey, he missed a game, personal reason. Where's Derrick Rose? Oh, he didn't show up for the game, bro.
And James Dolan gave that man a private jet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have like your big guard that's going to be able to hold it down, right? Kind of like, I'll tell you who has the perfect formula right now. They just need time. The San Antonio Spurs, right? They have Steph Castle, who I think is going to be. I think he's going to be better than SGA, right? I think that dude legit is going to be. I told Hardwell this 2 years ago.
Was it Hardwell related to Steph Castle or something?
Yeah, that's his nephew. That's his blood nephew, bro. They talk every day. Yeah. And so I told Hardwell this 2 years ago. And for those that in the chat, y'all will remember this. I was like, Hardwell, if I'm San Antonio and I get the number 1 pick, I'm taking him number 1. And he's like, man, you think he's worth the number 1 pick? It's like, hey, bro, you got, man, that dude and Wemby and Dre, hand to the man. This is exactly how I called it. And you heard me say this logic before, so this is the God honest truth. I was like, yo, man, yeah, they draft him number 1 and they bring in Chris Paul to mentor him. Bro, that man legit. And Fritz, and so when I believe if you want a star to develop into a star, you need a Chris Paul on your team.
Mentor,
right?
Yeah.
And so if you bring in a Chris Paul, all of a sudden the dude you drafted with the number 1 pick that broke his knee, that missed his rookie season, turns into Blake Griffin. Right? If you send him into Oklahoma City, now all of a sudden you got 2 young guards, Dennis Schroeder and SGA, develop into dynamic guards. Was Schroeder on the verge of being that guy? Yeah. Did Chris Paul help? Absolutely. Right. Tyson Chandler is on the verge of being an insurance salesman in New Orleans in them ugly blue, sky blue and yellow uniforms. All of a sudden, you hear the term rim runner, and you never heard that term before until Tyson Chandler started catching like 4 lobs a night. Right. And so the thing is with that, like, I feel like a San Antonio, if they keep this thing together like it is, they have a bunch of wing players that you never heard of, like Malachi Branham, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan,
Champagny.
and Julian Champagne. Yeah, they have all of those young wing players. If they keep them together and maybe add another wing to that, right? But the key is keeping Victor Wembanyama healthy and letting Chris Paul and Steph Castle play together for another season or two until you don't need Chris Paul anymore. Right?
Yeah,
like, I think you
gotta let him be the master splinter to the rest of the Ninja Turtles out there.
Yep. And then I don't think San Antonio, I think San Antonio and Detroit. Well, no, who were the 3 teams? I said Charlotte, Detroit, and San Antonio. I was really high on Charlotte, but then
I said Houston.
Did we say Houston?
I'm saying you should have. I didn't
know how. I'll talk to the Houston point in a second, but the thing is, I thought Charlotte would be on the way. I didn't know injuries was gonna rock them like they did, right? But I think San Antonio is a sneaky playing team that if they get into that playoff mix, bro, they are gonna beat some teams because they have the formula. They have the big guard in Steph Castle, they have the star player in Wemby, and they have a whole bunch of wings that are interchangeable that can keep Steph Castle and Victor Wembanyama fresh.
Once,
you know what I'm saying?
Once Steph Castle develops that pull-up jumper, it's done. It's over.
I think he just need to see it go in.
Yeah,
that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. Like, because all the other stuff, man, he's got all the. To me, I've never seen Steph Castle play live. I saw SGA play live. Right? SGA is, to me, is the epitome of if you take a guy and put him in a situation where he can develop under no pressure. Like, if he can develop, and like I think SGA in Oklahoma City was the perfect spot for him. Right? No cameras. Oh, they got cameras, of course.
Just work. Just work.
Yep. Without all SGA would never have been this player in New York because every move he make, he can't even go buy a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Every time he go buy a sandwich, and the dude like, "Hey, it's the Aki way. You can't."
And he'd be out there in a full mink.
you know what I'm saying?
Taking out the trash in a full mink.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that Pacom Dadier won't develop like that. What I'm saying is certain players need that. It's the reason why Kevin Knox didn't develop.
Some players need an ecosystem, some don't.
Yeah, like I felt like if Kevin Knox would have been drafted by Charlotte, Kevin Knox would still be in the league right now, balling. Right?
If he was drafted by OKC, probably still.
Yeah,
maybe not balling, but he'd have a defined role. He'd be on a second contract for like 4 years on 40 million.
Yeah, he'd have been the perfect. He'd be the perfect piece, because the thing about basketball players, you don't have to be exceptionally athletic. You don't have to be exceptionally tough, right? You don't have to be exceptionally. SGA is the perfect example where if you can be B level over 13 or 14 categories, you can be a superstar. That, to me, that's what SGA is. Like, he's not exceptionally strong. He's not exceptionally big. He's not jumping out of the gym, right? He's not going to dime you to death. He's not going to shoot the 3 till your eyes fall out, right? But he's good at everything across the board. I think Steph Castle is going to be a little bit better, like where SGA is probably, in my mind, where SGA, and when I say across the board, I mean everything, including defense, rebound. I mean everything, right? Where SGA is like B plus. I think Steph Castle is going to be B plus across the board and all that stuff because he don't have to be A, right? Because he's got a generational talent with him that's not only going to win games but keep the media off him too. Like
It might,
never going to feel any pressure.
It might be one of those things where, remember, Westbrook came after Durant, and they grew up basically together. Where one, like Westbrook came into the league, he wasn't viewed as really a point guard at all. He was really a 2 in college.
Yeah,
and he worked and worked and worked.
Their point guard was Darren Collinson.
Yeah.
Their center was Kevin Love.
UCLA has some teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Before that class, or was it after? Before or after? I think before that class was Drew Holiday and them. I think it was Drew Holiday and them before them.
I think Drew Holiday came after.
Was it after
Westbrook.
them? Okay, so Drew Holiday and them
1 year after Westbrook.
Okay.
To Philly,
bro. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you got the generational talent right there, and that's probably inspiring you to get to another level as well.
And so that Dre, that's the reason why I say a certain blueprint is going to guarantee you. See, the thing about Boston is people look at Tatum and Brown. They're like, hey man, they built it the right way, bro. If you notice, Drew Holiday and Derek White are pretty big guards, bro. Those dudes are pretty big, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just Derek White figuring it out like randomly at age 28, 29, being an elite shooter.
Right.
Is something that never happens. Like when dudes, even when you see all-stars in the league, out of the last 2-3 years, every all-star that has made it has been age 24 in their first all-star or younger, except for 3 guys, and 2 of them were under Tibbs.
Right.
Brunson and Randall. The other one was Lowry.
Right.
You don't
Jimmy Butler. Well, Jimmy Butler was 25, right?
I'm saying in the last 2-3 years.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
Recent,
I think Jimmy Butler was 20. I understand what you're saying. It's
atypical for this, particularly this iteration of most recent NBA stars. Usually, if you have it, you have it. Usually, if you have those skills, you develop it really early, like year 2, year 3.
Right.
At most. You don't jump or make these jumps to being an all-star at age 26, 27. It's just
like
rare.
Jeremy Grants are rare, bro.
Yeah. It's just rare. It's not normal. Because if you have the talent, usually you have you're given the opportunity very early on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. And it's the reason why I say that a certain formula is gonna win. I'm not saying that you need a dominant big guard, but you got to have one.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you look at the teams if you look at the team that lost in the Western Conference Finals, they have that big guard. They have a bunch of wings. Right. Anyway, let me get out of here, man. I gotta get on this phone in a little bit, man.
All right.
Fritz, what's the trade, bro?
I don't know. If there is any way to get Cam Whitmore, you do it. If there's any way you, my boy in Detroit, if there's a way to get.
If Freezy, I saw like some trades floated around where it was like Keon Ellis and Trey Lyles for Mitch.
Trey Lyles, where's he at?
The Kings.
Sacramento?
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually hate it personally.
Keon Ellis, that's the dude we drafted, right?
No. That's the guy that Brunson left standing still.
No, we drafted him. That's the dude out of Tennessee, right?
Did we draft Keon Ellis?
Yes.
We drafted him.
And traded his rights for Quentin Grimes.
I didn't know we drafted him.
Fritz, the calculator guys, bro. You got to have session, bro. You got to have the calculator session, bro. Yeah, y'all forgetting what we doing. Like, no, man, trade back, saving money. Trade back, save money. Yeah, Keon Ellis was a trade back, save money draft day trade.
And then we took Grimes and we thought we had something. Apparently not.
Bro, we legit traded what do you call it? A steak and cheese, right? We traded a Philly cheesesteak for a ham sandwich.
No,
But
Keon Ellis was undrafted.
Keon Ellis was undrafted.
Yeah, after going undrafted in the 2022 draft, he signed a 2-way contract with the Kings in 22.
What's the name of the dude? I see his face. I think the dude I'm talking about is in Brooklyn right now. The dude I'm talking about plays for the Brooklyn Nets. But we drafted him and traded him for Keon. What is it? It's Keon something.
Oh, I know you.
Keon Johnson. Guard. That's his name.
Yeah. He was on Portland.
Yeah, Keon Johnson. That's him.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. 2021 round 1 pick number 21 by New York. Yep, that's him.
Yeah, but Keon Ellis is like a premier point of attack defender, can shoot. He's legitimately like probably their best defender on that team. But because they're just so badly built, they have so many guards, he barely can even find time on the court.
Right.
And they don't have a backup center at all. Like, not a good one. Their backup center is Alex Len. So
why would we trade for Trey Lyles again?
It's 6'9", big that can shoot. It's just a match of money. But he can still be effective and a switchable big.
But he don't do
what we need him to do. No.
Yeah, he don't. He's a Boris Diaw kind. Well, not even Boris Diaw. He's a Phil Jackson. Or no, he definitely ain't Phil Jackson. He's just a big dude that shoots threes. He's a
can rebound a little bit.
Right.
Like if we brought him here, we'd probably have like him be like a bootleg version of Bobby Portis or something.
Yeah, he's a Lance Thomas. Well, you know what? But he can shoot though.
Trey Lyles is more of a big than Lance was.
Well, yeah. And Trey Lyles can shoot. But Trey Lyles
you could play him,
old, bro.
You could
Trey
play
Lyles
him
was in the cat draft.
Yeah, you could play him with Precious. And they have offsetting skill sets where they're both switchable bigs. One can shoot, one can't really shoot.
Yeah, they definitely have something off. Something. Them too.
But I wouldn't hate it if we attempted that. I know the Mitch fans don't hate that suggestion. But you have to educate yourself on who Keon Ellis is. He's a damn good basketball player.
You think so?
Yeah.
How big is he? 6'4"?
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yeah, I love them 6'4" guards, bro. Yeah, I love them 6'4" wing players.
Tibbs loves them.
Yeah.
He's like the only guy on the Kings that plays defense.
Yeah, Mike Brown about to get fired, bro.
Good thing he negotiated that extension real quick.
Mike Brown about to get Sacramento is so poorly built. DeMar DeRozan is not a winning. I've been telling people for years, bro. DeMar DeRozan is not a winning player, and I'm sorry, no disrespect to him, but nah. Everywhere he go, teams get mad mediocre fast.
They get better quick when he leaves.
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna try to dream up some type of trade scenario so that I can put Fritz Alcindor on blast on the internet. I'm gonna probably put it on X. You okay with that? That's okay with that? You okay with that? And I'm gonna put it out there that Fritz Alcindor said we need to trade Mitchell Robinson for Joel Embiid.
Yep.
Done. Do it.
No, we're gonna trade just for needs. That's it.
We're gonna trade for Lonzo needs.
We swapping out spare parts.
Yeah.
He gonna be a junk car, bro. Two cars
just needs a new transmission. That's it. That's it.
Fender, different color.
It only need a head gasket and a new transmission. It'll be fine.
Oh my god! I need a new alternator.
Yeah, and a water pump. You may as well change them both. You're on the same side. So All right, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking with us, man.